The more confident I get in my striking, the more confident I get in my ability to take things to the ground. Of course, I want to put her where I'm the strongest and show what's up, because I think that grappling and jiu-jitsu is the best.
Possibly, yeah, for sure. I have to take that into consideration. You know, she's going to be hungry to come back. She almost was out of the tournament. You know, she's still made it, 4 speed, so she's going to be hungry, you know, to make that final. She's not going to want to make the same mistake, and I think obviously she's had a few things to say about me before in the tournament, like who I've been matched against and things like that. So I'm sure she'll be happy to be facing me, and she'll come in.
Gina Bishop entered this matchup fully locked in and delivered a direct warning to the undefeated Dakota Ditchiva. Speaking with complete confidence, Bishop made her intentions crystal clear, saying that from the very beginning of her jiu-jitsu journey, she knew she wanted to transition into MMA to truly test her limits. She added that her mentality never changes. Every fight has one mission, and that mission is to win.
To do MMA. It was something that when I started my jiu-jitsu journey, I wanted to try MMA just because I wanted to see.
Grab this here. All right, so it's 8 presses. A little pause. Okay, give it a...
I was fortunate enough to start working with Kat Zingano, helping her to get ready for one of her fights. And there was just something about it that I was just like, oh, you know, I kind of want to do this. And she's like, I think you'd be good. And so that was kind of like the final push that I needed.
But Dakota Ditchiva answered all that confidence in the only way she knows how, with violence inside the cage. She immediately silenced Bishop, securing a brutal first-round finish that left no room for doubt. Stay with us as we break down exactly how this fight unfolded and what this dominant performance means for the entire PFL championship landscape.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
Let's set the stage, fight fans. This wasn't just another semi-final. This was a high-stakes showdown with life-changing money on the line. The winner would advance to face Tyler Santos in the PFL final, competing for a massive £781,000 prize and the World Championship.
Bothered about going to the floor. I want to stay stood up. I think that's what the fans like more. Jiu-jitsu is boring, so especially in a fight.
It's no secret. Dakota's the golden child. You know, she's become kind of the face.
Dakota Ditchiva entered this matchup as the reigning PFL European champion, carrying massive momentum with her. She came in undefeated at 12-0, with 10 of those victories ending by knockout, including 4 straight first-round finishes. At just 26, the British striker had made a major personal sacrifice for this tournament, relocating to Florida full-time and living alone, far from her 89-year-old grandmother, one of the most important people in her life. As DVA put it herself, "I'm not going home until I win. I'm not returning to the UK until this tournament is finished."
I honestly, that's not the stuff that motivates me or moves me one way or the other. So yeah, it's let her have that. It's more of media and other things you have to do when you have that. So I'm the less I have to do, the better.
So what can we expect from you on Friday night? What is your prediction when you do step in the cage with Dakota?
I think...
On the other side stood Gina Bishop, a jiu-jitsu black belt with over 11 years of elite grappling experience before transitioning to MMA. She dominated the BJJ scene and entered this fight at 7-1, with her only loss being a razor-close split decision to Tyler Santos earlier in the tournament. Bishop came in hungry for redemption, fully convinced her grappling would be the difference-maker. Tension between the two had been building for weeks, as Bishop repeatedly questioned the level of Ditcha's opponents and even called her out on social media. This was no longer just competition, it was personal, and everything was about to erupt inside the cage.
Nah, I almost looked too comfortable there. I think at one point people were saying to me are you going to get up?
Now let's break down how the fight actually unfolded, because it played out exactly how you'd expect when two completely different styles collide. The opening minute was pure chess. Ditcha stayed calm, almost too calm, as she later admitted, knowing Bishop would be hunting for takedowns. She kept her distance, measured the range, and an early leg kick visibly stung Bishop, forcing her to attack sooner than she wanted. About 90 seconds in, Bishop finally got what she was looking for, a strong takedown. Normally, this is the moment where most fighters start to panic, but not Dakota. Reviewing the footage afterward, she even laughed, saying, "I almost looked too comfortable there. At one point people were asking me, are you going to get up or just lie there?"
First one,
And she's taking Gina Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. She's in trouble. And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota Ditchiva silences the doubters.
But here's the key. Ditcha trained specifically for these moments. She purposely puts herself in bad positions during camp to master every possible escape, so when she worked her way back to her feet, the momentum shifted instantly. Bishop's confidence wavered. She couldn't keep down the fighter she had dismissed as just a striker, and that realization changed everything. With about 90 seconds left in the round, Ditcha closed the distance, locked up the clinch, and bang, unleashed a vicious knee that sent Bishop crashing to the canvas. And here's the cold, savage part. Instead of jumping on her, Ditcha calmly stepped back, motioned for her to stand, and invited her right back into the fire.